Hello and welcome to the JCK and YouNow podcast. I'm Callum,
My name is Jack.
and this is week 6, and we have a special guest coming on the second half as well. Are you excited, Jack?
Oh yeah, you haven't really told me that much, but I feel like it's a good not telling me that much. You've just been like, oh yeah, it's my mate, and it's just like, why is he on here? And you're like, I don't know, and I'm just like, tell me, please.
Exactly. So we have Krayonix on. He's an actor, YouTuber, and Twitch streamer. So he's a bit bigger than us.
Did a lot better than me anyway.
Imagine. I'm also holding a chinchilla up until just then when she just hopped off me. I was holding Roxy, but now she's gone. So Jack, how's your week been?
Do you know, it's not been too bad, mate. I've not been up to much really. I'm finally off work, so got a week and a half of just me to myself. So I might do a 24-hour stream. I might do a couple 12-hour streams. I don't know yet.
Oh, you were supposed to do that today? That 24-hour stream. What happened?
Oh no, that was supposed to be for hopefully around Wednesday. We're thinking. I'll have to get back onto Madsham about it.
When are you back at work?
I'm back at work on the 15th.
On the 5th.
I think. I don't know. Wait, let me check. Mid-checking my calendar.
Thursday, about 2 weeks time.
Well,
fair enough. That's a good amount of time you have off if you're off from now until that Thursday.
Yeah, brother.
Wow. And then what? Are you going in on Thursday or are you going in on Friday?
Going on Thursday and then Friday, and then I'll have the little weekend off, so it won't be too bad. Well, actually, no, I'm off Friday. So I'm in Thursday.
For one day.
Mate, I haven't had a holiday since like October.
I haven't even got any holidays booked, so
You're used to your 20 days, so you can rub in, you know?
You would be as well. You're going to be telling me all the time that you're at home, or I won't even be able to see your beautiful snaps in the morning when I'm working. Instead, I'll get them in the afternoon when you get up.
Yeah, pretty much. Callum, how has your week been, my fellow editor and best friend? You're not my fellow editor, my editor.
Well, yeah, your editor. Well, speaking of being your editor, last week in that Overcooked fuck up,
Jesus Christ.
I'm so sorry about that, man.
Looked over the video and I was just like, this is going so good, and all of a sudden just silence.
It's so funny because I put an audio effect on my voice at the end of the video, and that audio effect went on exactly when he dropped into the water.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. I was just like, what?
He dipped into the water and then silence for the rest of the video.
Yeah. Did Madcham jumping into the water just kill the audio?
Killed the audio, exactly.
That's the only thing that's going through my head.
Also, this week I went into work for 1 day and 1 day only into training.
What was that?
Well, in my account, we are running low on applications, so we are now being trained up on emails because there is a 20,000 email backlog, which we have to work through, and I'm already hating it. The target is 12 an hour, and I can barely get 5 done.
12 an hour?
Yes, 12 an hour, and I've only been able to do like 5.
Well, I mean, fair enough.
Emails. But then yesterday, on Friday, there was no one doing applications, and there was applications coming in, so then we moved back to doing applications, and then now it's just super complicated. And all the other team leaders and everyone are on a emergency account to do with the pandemic, so they're all moved over there, and the whole account is basically upside down, and no one knows where they stand right now.
That's very confusing.
So confusing. Now, just to bring this podcast into the most random aspect, here is a completely random fact. Did you know a group of hippos are called a bloat?
What?
And that is this week's random fact.
What? Why?
So you meant...
Why?
So you're
drilled into my fucking brain now. So what is this list that you've given me, Callum? really wondering because you gave them to me and I was just like, oh yes, I can say the first word, but every other one I'm like, what?
Okay, have a stab at the first word then, actually.
Katowice.
Do you know what these words all are?
Polish words, I think? Because Katowice is in Poland.
You are very correct. Very, very correct, yeah. So say the first one again.
Katowice.
Katowice. Okay, I didn't know how to pronounce that.
No,
I guess if you know how...
Yeah.
Katowice. Katowice.
There's an event in CSGO that's ESL1 Katowice. Some people say Katowice, some people say Katowice.
Okay.
In it.
So, can you have a guess on why I gave you this list?
Let me guess. Because you know I'm not going to know any fucking word.
And me neither. I don't know him either. So my girlfriend has actually written this list, right, as a little bit of a little test, Polish words, to see if we can pronounce them and we can embarrass the fuck out of ourselves.
Okay, she's not going to be really offended if I like butcher them completely, no?
No, but next week
she's going to be okay with
on
that,
the podcast.
Next week she's going to be on the podcast.
Yeah, she's going to be on here and she's going to be correcting us.
Holy shit! Okay, I'm nervous now.
That's a bit of a surprise for you, that, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So the second one, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come out and try and say it with Tammy. You see, it's worse for me because I know she's actually in another room and she can hear what I'm saying, so she knows if I'm doing it wrong.
Why Tamai?
Why Tamai?
Yeah.
What Tamai?
I'm gonna go completely unorthodox.
She's shaking her head. She's shaking.
No.
Her head. So the next one, I'm gonna have no luck on this one for definite.
Go on. Jetuje.
Chituje. Chitkuje. Kuje. I don't know. It means thank you. Oh wait, dziękuję.
What?
Dziękuję. Yes! She's nodding her head. I got it right.
Marta, can you please DM me how to actually say these correctly so I can just make Callum look like a fool? Yeah, cheers. Can you hear me now?
No, she'll listen to this when it comes out. She can't hear you right now.
How about what we'll do? Maybe do, because we have 9 on the board and we're about to do the 4th one. Shall we do the 4th one and then maybe leave the 5 other ones for our guest?
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I say we do 5 because I know what the last one is. And then the 4 will be for our guest.
Okay, understandable. So we're doing the one that starts with P at the moment.
Yeah, the one that starts with P. Now that means Friday.
If I say Friday in Polish, is that technically cheating? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Piatek? Piatek. You know, I'm looking at her and she's howling over there, laughing. Okay. I don't know what it is, but she'll correct us next week for definite anyway.
Oh,
the last one, I'm gonna let you have a stab at it first.
Brudno?
No, not the last one. I mean the one after Friday.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
The last one out of the 5 that we're doing.
I've spoiled it, my bad. She's Chinella. God, I'm so sorry if anyone does get offended by this.
It's an interesting way of saying it. It's actually, and you will actually cop onto what it is as soon as I say it. Chinchilla.
Oh, I feel so stupid.
Do you know what it is?
Chinchilla in Polish? I feel so fucking stupid. Jesus Christ.
Wow. Well, you know, you weren't to know. You was not to know. Some of the ones that are coming up, I already know because they're like, they're kind of like, you know, when you go on Duolingo and you do like easy steps.
Yeah.
Some of the ones in there are kind of obvious, and you'll be able to find out what we are when we get the guest on, which is in this second half. Which we should wrap up the first half and get down to the second half, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so. So coming up after the break, we have Krayonix on, and we get to find out a little more about him, and we also can throw a load of Polish words at him now.
See how the fuck he reacts.
And of course, as always, Jack has got the question for you.
Oh, of course, I've got that question for him, and if he gives the wrong reply, I will give myself admin privileges and unfortunately kick him out the server.
You're listening to the JCK and YouNow podcast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Well, welcome back to this week's edition of the JCK and YouNow podcast. I'm Callum, and you may have noticed that I'm actually on my own because Jack is sick. So, without further ado, let's just move on. And everybody, please welcome Krayonix.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, Cray, how's it going?
It's going good, man. It's good to catch up with you. Haven't talked for a bit.
Exactly, yeah. But we've gone back to when we were on YouNow. That's how far we went back.
Yeah, is a long time ago.
I say, me
I
and
was,
you were very up
yeah,
there on the top creators before it changed.
yeah. We were grinding that whole thing.
It was
That was
daily,
cool.
daily
Yeah, it was.
lives, like it's crazy.
Yeah, I kind of miss that because it was like something chill to do every day.
Exactly. Like the only
Yeah.
issue now with YouNow is that it got taken over by influencers, and
Oh, see? Yeah.
that happened, and then it all changed. The whole.
Yeah,
Have you
it
tried?
changed the whole game.
Have you ever tried going back to YouNow?
Uh, kinda, kinda not. Like I haven't legitimately tried to stream on it because, well, the reason I left was because I was in some stream and like a mod came in and just banned like half the chat. They
Oh,
just banned like 20 people at once. And I
oh
was like,
shit,
what the heck?
that's insane.
Yeah. Well, there's kind of a story behind that. But
Oh,
anyways, after I got banned, they did all this stuff and I was like, this is crazy.
yeah,
Um,
and of course, when you were doing YouNow, you were also doing YouTube videos as well.
yeah, I think that's what I started
Oh yeah,
dabbling into YouTube, trying to figure that out.
and
They kind of went hand in hand
it
a little
did,
bit
and
because I would stream, and then I'd be like, you guys, I have this video idea, and if people liked it, then I made a video. If they didn't, then I just
exactly.
let it go.
And you're
Yeah.
you're most known for being the most influential person for Black Milk.
Oh yeah, yeah. Black Milk is kind of like my thing. It's just like a ongoing joke or just fun little shtick I've had for a long time. I don't even know when I started calling it Black Milk, but it
And
was before I finished high school, and then I just kept it. Now it's a thing on my channel.
now it's a thing and it's continued, man. And for those that don't know,
Yeah,
Black Milk is chocolate milk, but
yeah.
you know, Cray likes to call it Black
I
Milk, and it's kind of just rolled on, and everyone's just kind of started doing that now.
Yeah. Well, I figured I was like, chocolate milk's great. Everybody likes chocolate milk. Everybody uses and likes white milk, and I was like, they're both great. But everybody calls white milk white, so I'm like, listen, what if we started calling chocolate milk black milk? And it would be so great because you call like a black guy black, you call a white person white. So I was like, it makes sense. It would be a fun little joke. There's so many ways you can twist it. I just kind of do it for a fun kind of thing. I don't do it too seriously, make people nervous or feel awkward
Of
about
course, yeah.
race. But I think it's like a good way to attack it because then it's inclusive for everybody.
It's very
I think.
inclusive, and obviously
Yeah.
chocolate milk or black milk is so much nicer than white milk.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes it fun.
It makes it
And
very
then
fun. Because there's quite a lot of people
yeah.
that I know that actually don't even like milk, but then when it comes to like a milkshake or something like chocolate milk,
Yeah.
they just prefer it, and obviously not like in cups of tea or coffee or anything, but like
Yeah.
chocolate milk on its own, way better than normal
Yeah.
milk, 100%, hands
It's
down.
it's just yeah. It's like a I don't know. It's just magic. That's why I say it's lit because it makes you happy. You drink it, you're like, oh man, I got a glass of chocolate milk. Let's go. And black milk is lit. It makes you lit.
It is
Makes you
lit,
super hyper mega lit.
mega lit.
Anyways, yeah. So one of my goals is to make black milk like a common term or just like make it more known. Just kind of make it a thing.
Of course, yes. And it will be
Yeah.
in the industries as black milk.
Yeah.
Have it on
Yeah.
cartons. I don't know if they
Yep.
already have they already got
That'd be cool.
cartons that say black milk instead of chocolate milk? 'Cause I've
I
not
don't
seen them
think
myself.
so.
No,
I don't think they do. No.
we have to
Nope.
make it a thing.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Or just make my own like little company, make my own brand
Oh
somehow.
yeah, that's a good idea.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a very
Yeah, there's
interesting idea.
so many things you could do.
So,
It's exciting though.
it's very exciting. So how have you been during these times? Because obviously a lot of the podcasts that we've been doing so far are very related to the times at the moment that we're in. Um, Obviously since last March we've been in constant lockdowns, in and out of them, and it's all been, coronavirus related. So I just want to know how you've been during these whole lockdown times and how really Canada has been doing because I haven't really seen much from Canada. I've seen a lot from the US with the
Yeah.
high case numbers and stuff, but not much from Canada.
Okay. Yeah. So it's been it's been interesting. I mean, I guess for everyone, because there's been so much we've had to adapt a lot, adapt to a lot of changes and things, and just kind of make it work for now. I think for me, it was mostly under control at first, and then like the job situation went all weird, and then somehow I got this weird opportunity for an acting thing that we'll talk about. But I like so it's this pandemic and I'm at home, I'm not working, then all of a sudden I get to go to this other country to do this acting opportunity during this pandemic, and I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work, but okay, it sounds exciting. So I did that, and then I came back and I moved, which is also something unexpected during a pandemic.
Okay.
So I moved and I'm liking the new place. I'm all settled in, but it's been really interesting. I think I've been good overall because I'm okay being isolated and
Yeah.
stuff. I
What's
don't really
your
get bored. I always have something creative to
what's
do.
your new place like?
New place. It's actually my friend's house. He owns it with his mom and they had an extra room. So I was like, oh, well, this guy is one of my best buddies, so I'll move in.
Oh,
And
sick.
it's been really cool. And the roommates here are all nice and we all get along.
That's very good. Then it's good that you're not
Yeah.
alone as well. If you're living alone, it's a little harder. But obviously,
Yeah, that's
if you're
true.
isolating with roommates and friends, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, makes life
Um,
easier, less stress.
so you brought up your whole movie, and I actually want to actually get into that. So I'll get
Oh
into
yeah,
that. I'll get into that now. Yeah. Um,
cool.
so you say you had to travel abroad to go to do the movie. Where did you have to go to do that?
Yeah. Well, actually, cause I'm an actor, so I was just constantly looking for workshops and things, and I got this ad from my agent, from an acting coach. His name was Neil Shell, and I was like, oh wow, an acting coach, that'd be really great move to make. So I emailed him, I got things set up, and then we were working together for a few months, and it just kind of came up naturally. And he was like, yeah, so he's doing this program, apprenticeship for the year. I signed up, and then
Okay.
we started talking about some project he had in Kenya, and then naturally he found out my some of my family's from Kenya, so he's like, oh, whoa, what the heck? So and then he's like, well, I happen to produce this show in Kenya. You're one of my trainees. Maybe we can work some kind of thing out. And I was like, what? This is crazy. So all of a sudden, I'm going to Kenya for, actually, it's a TV show.
Yeah. Okay.
So I ended up going there for that, and it was my first TV show, which was crazy. Because the year before, I did my first film, like film outside of school and stuff, and now I'm doing my first TV show last year. So now I'm kind of like, what's going on? What's going to happen this year? But anyways, great experience, crazy time. It was in Kenya, where my family was from, and I actually got to go meet some family that I haven't met before,
That's
which was
actually
crazy. So it was like a double whammy.
Oh, that's actually very good that you actually met some
It was a
family over there.
crazy experience. Yeah.
It must
Yeah,
have
so I
been.
got to go there for the show, and then when we were done filming, I got to go meet family.
Okay. And when you were doing all the acting things, was all like travel expenses paid for, or did you have to find the money yourself?
I had to do. I had to cover the travel expenses.
Okay, but you got it
Yeah.
like back as such in pay for the being in the TV show. So it worked out.
Um, a little bit. Like I did get paid for being in the show.
Yeah.
But it was kind of part of the apprenticeship too that I had to pay for some travel things.
Oh, okay, okay. And
So it's kind of balanced. Yeah.
what's the TV show about?
Oh yes, the TV show is called Monica. It's
Okay.
kind of like a um, soap opera type, and it's about this lady. Her name's Monica, and she's kind of working on climbing the social ladder, getting more power, money, and stuff. And it's all about her journey and what things she has to do to get herself
Okay.
higher on that ladder. Yeah.
Ah, okay. And what role did you play in Monica?
In Monica, I played. They actually wrote a whole new role for me, which
Okay.
was crazy. So I was a brand new character, and I ended up being somebody's boyfriend,
Oh,
one of the
okay.
characters' boyfriend, and they're from Canada too, like me. So they kind of tailored the character to me a little bit,
Okay, I
which
see.
was yeah,
Yeah,
which
so
helped in that aspect.
I'm just trying to look up the Monica. Is it the one that started in 2018? The TV
Um,
series?
I think so. Yeah. So that's when they did the first two seasons.
Okay.
So then this time we recorded the third.
So are you in the 2020 season then? Or the
Yes.
2021?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm actually only just looking this up now because I haven't actually had the
Oh,
opportunity
cool.
to really look into it.
Check out it.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So I got like, is it Joyce Maynard? Joyce Maynard?
Oh, she's not the main character. She's one of the mains though.
Okay,
Monica's played by Brenda Werimu.
okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah,
Hmm.
I see them now. Um, I was very quick to get onto it anyway. So
Yeah.
all around, you had a great experience shooting this TV show. and um,
Yes.
and then were you living in Canada and then went over to Kenya, or were you in LA and went over to Kenya?
Oh, I was in Canada.
Okay,
I
so
was in Canada here. Yeah, and then I traveled there. I ended up staying there. I was supposed to go there for a month,
yeah,
but I ended up staying for 3 months
okay,
because filming some of the stuff got like mixed up, so we had to postpone a little bit, then film. We had to take a couple breaks,
oh yeah,
so it just took a little longer.
I say that happens a lot in a lot of places where they do filming. It could be delayed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Anything can happen, pretty much.
exactly. Someone's sick or something. Well, maybe not sick,
Yeah.
just someone in the editorial department's like, we need more or something.
Yeah. Well, actually, what happened? We were almost done. We were probably about like 80% done, and we had one of the main characters. We had all of her scenes to shoot, but she ended up getting somebody mugged her and like tried to steal her stuff, and she obviously fought back, but then she got a really bad face injury.
Oh
Like her eye
no.
was messed up and her face got all scratched. So she is like, I can't show up to film my scenes now. So
And
they
that
had to go
was,
back.
was that outside of work?
Yeah, that was outside of filming.
Okay.
So
Oh
yeah, so
wow.
the producers and writers had to go and rewrite a bunch of scenes just to make it work, and then
Okay.
we shot the rest. So, but that was crazy. That was one reason why we had to kind of postpone a little bit.
That's fair enough. Anyway, it's great that you actually managed to do something in 2020, even when everyone
Yeah,
else is not doing anything. So there at least you managed to get out there and keep on doing what you're
yeah,
doing and make progress in your career, acting wise. Um, speaking of
yep,
careers, you are running a Twitch channel.
yes,
See what I did there? Little segue. Ooh, cheeky
yeah,
little segue that was.
yep,
Um, obviously you're Krayonix on Twitch.
yep.
What made you start Twitch streaming and gaming? Like,
Oh, Twitch. I think I mostly ended up on Twitch because when I started YouNow, that was a place to stream, but I ended up watching a lot of Twitch streamers, and I just liked the vibe. I liked the way it was set up, and I liked how many things you could do on screen, like people with their transitions and sound effects and alerts and things. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
I realize
I'd
actually
love
you
to.
have quite a lot of the transitions, very cool transitions on yours actually, where you have the sound effect and the transition changing,
Yeah,
even though sometimes you do forget to change from one screen to another and your own
I
chat
do.
has to
Yeah.
remind you.
Yep.
But it
I'm
all
still getting used to that.
seems very fun, that Twitch. How long you been doing Twitch now?
Twitch. Well, I've kind of been on and off, probably for maybe 3 or 4 years, but I haven't actually been like super consistent. So at the starting of this year, I decided I would definitely want it to be more consistent and grow a community and see how that goes. Because I know, especially with Twitch, you got to be consistent if you're
Yeah,
going to grow. So
you do.
I'm finally giving it a shot,
Uh,
and it's been pretty awesome so far.
awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
it's been lots of fun.
you are you a Twitch affiliate?
I am. Yep, I'm a Twitch affiliate. I think I got that like 2 years ago, 2019, I think. I
Okay.
managed to get it. Um, and then I've just been, you just keep it as long as you stream frequently enough.
Oh yeah, yeah. And obviously you have
Yeah.
the subscriptions and all. Do you have many subscriptions? We're really getting into diving deep in here.
Yeah, no, this is actually crazy. I think right now I have 19 subs, which is a lot for me because I'm like, what? What? I'm just like a small streamer. Don't even have 200 followers yet. I'm almost there, but I think a lot of my friends lately have been stopping in and they've been gifting subs, and I'm like, you guys are crazy.
Oh
Most
yeah,
subs I've had.
because
Yeah,
I was
I
on
know
your
it's not a
stream.
lot, but it's a
I,
lot for me.
it is. It's actually very
Yeah,
good that you have 19, even with almost 200 followers. Having 19 already, you're off to a great start.
good
And
start. Yeah,
obviously, as you keep going, you grow more and more and more, and get more subs that way, followers,
yep,
and Twitch
yeah.
is
It's really uh motivating, or helps me stay going because I'm like, oh wow, these people they subbed and everything, so it's like, okay, now I've got to get up and hopefully entertain them some more.
exactly. See, if
Yep,
you build on one, it's easier to build on all the others, such as YouTube, because you obviously want to integrate your audience over there as well. Um,
exactly.
which I've
Yep,
noticed even on your profile you've done already. On the top it says Black
yep,
Milk is lit. Search it up and to find your YouTube channel. It's very clever. It is very clever. Obviously, if you go and
yeah,
search Black Milk is lit, you're going to be the top post because you're the
yep.
influencer of Black
I'm
Milk.
that guy. I'm the black milk guy.
You're
Yeah,
that guy.
it should. Yeah, it should. Well, that was the thing I learned too from like you nowadays, and then we went to different apps. I think I ended up on Friend Life, Live Meet, and
Oh, I
but
remember
the same
Friend
thing.
Life.
Like yeah,
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
Friend Life.
Friend Life was so good. That's probably my favorite one,
That
but
was
now
fun.
it's gone.
Did it go?
But
I
yeah,
didn't.
it's just something. Yeah, that's why it kind of ended because I think the website just uh, couldn't stay up running or something, or they sold it or
Ah,
whatever. I don't know. Yeah,
that's very likely. So,
yeah,
a few years ago, you moved from Canada to LA. We've already kind of brought this up, but
yep,
you moved to LA anyway. What was that like?
yeah. So it was. I think it was. What year was it? 2018, I
2018,
think.
yeah?
Um, I'd been like working at a job and it was pretty flexible, so I was able to get some time off. So I saved up and I was like, you know what? I'm a young kid. I like the States. I have friends there. I'm just gonna go stay there for 6 months and see what happens. Because legally I'm allowed to stay, as a Canadian citizen, allowed to stay without a visa for 6 months. So I was like, well, let me go and see what it's like. Uh, adventure a little bit. So I
That's
packed
that's
some stuff
actually
and
that's actually quite handy. If you're a Canadian,
yeah.
you get 6 months, but any other country, it's like a no-no. We're not having you here.
Yeah,
Sort of way.
it's so weird how the relation between different countries are, because it's like some people can, like with us, we're neighbors, we can go for that long, but some places aren't even allowed. It's
Exactly,
crazy.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously don't even get started on the southern of America and how much they
Oh,
have. that going ahead.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
That's a
The other
whole
side
nother
of the
thing. Let's
country.
bypass that.
Yeah,
I
but
wouldn't.
so 2018, I got up, I did this trip. I just went to. I started with VidCon actually, because I go to VidCon every year.
Okay.
And after VidCon, I ended up staying with my manager, who is my friend Andrew Jacoby. We stayed in LA for like 2 weeks after VidCon, visited some friends, did some things, and then we ended up going to Texas, and I stayed there for 3 months with some other friends.
Oh, wow.
And then after those 3 months, me and some other friends went back to LA for 2 months. So it was kind of bouncing around a little bit, but it was crazy. We did like a whole cross-country road trip and stuff, and
That's so
we
cool.
tried to figure out LA. But then I figured pretty early on in the trip, because I wanted to see how hard it was to get a visa, I realized it's very difficult. You can't just go and figure it out on the way.
No.
So early on in the trip, I was like, well, I'm just going to be here for a few months, chilling, figuring out stuff, hanging with friends.
Exactly. It's a whole big thing over there in the US with the visas. But at
Yeah.
least you managed to get to explore the place. You managed to get some time in LA and Texas. Did you get
Yeah.
to find your way around LA quite well?
Yeah, I think we managed well. Like me and I had two friends that I went and stayed with in LA. We
Okay.
had one car, and the parking is insane. Oh my gosh, the parking's insane. But we had one car and we kind of figured it out. We just kind of squatted up, did a little party everywhere we went,
Oh, that's
and
so cool. Obviously, because you're
yeah,
young, you go party everywhere.
oh well, we partied a little bit. No, but we were kind of like a little troop. We were just
Oh, okay.
wherever we went, we all went together, and we ended up staying in Beverly Hills, but it wasn't in some like fancy, crazy high-end place. It was we found like a hotel we could stay at for a while.
Was the hotel fancy though? Because it was in Beverly Hills.
Oh, it wasn't. No, it wasn't crazy.
No?
It was, it was just a normal hotel. It wasn't too extravagant. It was actually kind of little, not quite as high standing as we expected. Like
Uh,
it was a little below average, but we made it work.
okay. That's fair.
Yeah,
So
it was
I'm
cool.
about to send some words into the no mic chat on the Discord, okay?
Okay.
Because I did ones back from when in the first half, me and Jack were actually trying to figure out how to pronounce these names. They're Polish, and we're doing
Oh,
this
no
little.
way.
Yeah. Do you know any Polish, Cray?
I don't know. The only thing from Poland I know is my mom went on a trip there once to play music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Poland is very nice, as everyone
Cool.
who usually listens to the podcast always hears that I have a Polish girlfriend. So
Oh, cool.
she's written these words for us to try.
Okay.
Well, we did some at the first half of the podcast with Jack, and then he said to do it with Craig. And obviously Jack's not here because he's sick.
Great.
Do you have
Yeah.
the list there?
I
It should be in the
the
no
no mic
mic.
chat.
Yeah, the no mic chat.
I think you might have to change my permissions on it. Yeah.
Is it locked?
I think so.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know.
empty for me.
Is it
Oh, wait.
empty? Oh,
Oh, I see it. Sorry, I went on the other one.
oh, is there? Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah.
I was actually
Cool.
supposed to move you into the podcast live one, but we're doing this in general. It's my
Yeah.
first time
No,
doing
that's
this
okay.
alone. I've never done it alone before.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot more things to control and keep an eye on.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
I will just be 2 seconds, because I have
Yeah,
to get
for
a
sure.
little yellow notebook from somewhere, because it has the
Okay.
meanings. So just 2 seconds.
Sounds.
I'm so
Yeah.
unprepared.
No worries. Chilling.
Okay. I has returned. Okay. So, the first one. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. The first one means good night.
It means good night.
It means good night. Now, what we're trying to
Okay.
do is we're trying to pronounce them. Now, I don't know how to pronounce them. I'm going to get corrected, and she is listening, so I'm going to get laughed at too.
Okay, me too, because I don't know. We'll figure it out, Callum. We'll figure it out.
Exactly. Now, two of them, the last two, that are there. There's actually supposed to be one more, which I didn't put on the list, but I'm going to add it on now.
Yep.
Two of them are actually when you go on Duolingo. They're one of the
Oh,
first things you learn. So I know the last two, but I just don't know how to pronounce the first one.
the first one. Okay.
So I'm gonna have a stab at it anyway. Dobranok. I don't know if it's right or not. Do you want to try?
Okay. Uh, well, let's say Dobranach. Do. I
You
don't
know,
know.
I say your
It's either
one's
the way
closer than mine.
I would say both. I only said it different because you said the way you did.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
My
Yeah,
school brain says just sound out the letters, and
sound
that's
out the
the best you
letters.
could do.
You know
Yeah.
what? That happens with a lot of Polish. If you know the pronunciation of a few selected, um, such as like SZY, if you know the pronunciation of SZY, then it's a lot easier. I don't. I
Oh,
don't know him.
I don't. Nope.
I don't know him.
I don't at all.
I'm gonna let you have a stab at the second one first, because I know how to pronounce it.
Okay. Um, I want to say Schleb.
Schleb. It's close.
Schleb.
It's close. And I'll
Cool.
let you have a try at the last one as well.
Okay. Last one.
Yeah,
I just want to say Woda,
Woda.
because
That's
it
also
reminds
close.
me of the last half of one of my friends' last names.
Oh, okay.
So I just saying it the same.
So the first one you said means bread, and the last one you said
Oh,
means
bread.
water.
Oh, I can see that. Schleb.
You can see the water one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one is kleb, so it's like
Kleb.
a k,
Okay.
like
Okay.
a kleb.
Yeah.
And then the last one is water. Water.
Kleb and water. Nice. Easy. Simple. I like
Yeah.
that.
There is another one. I'm just gonna paste it into the chat there now. For the last one. Oh wow, I advanced another level just to paste
Oh,
something into the
level up.
chat. Way. Um,
Yeah.
Now this one means messy.
Okay. I'm gonna say Bredno.
But no, I won't
Bre
know, but I'll
I
find out
almost
next
want to
week.
say the O is a. I almost want to say Bredna, but
Bredno. Oh yeah,
it's an O.
it's a no. It's a U.
Interesting word.
Yeah, it's a very interesting
Oh,
word. It means messy. Um,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know the pronunciation of that one. My girlfriend's just going to laugh at me for it. Um, I'll find out next week when she comes on the podcast, when she corrects us on the
Sounds
first
good.
half and the second half. So you're doing a lot of RP gaming on GTA, I see.
Yeah. I actually just recently started doing that like a month ago,
Okay.
and my friends and I wanted to give it a shot because I've been watching it for like 2 years, and we found a really cool server. It's a really new server, so they don't have like a crazy amount of stuff implemented, but the devs are going hardcore. They're learning what they can, and they're adding stuff all the time. So it's definitely gonna grow.
Exactly, and
But we have,
I've seen they have the McDonald's in the server as well. How many of those do
yeah,
they have?
they.
Just like dotted
I
around.
think they just have the one McDonald's. I actually found a Domino's in there the other day,
Oh,
and I
they
was like,
got
oh, what? There's a
Domino's?
Domino's?
No way.
Yeah. So but I'm like pretty fresh, brand new to RP, but I'm definitely enjoying it. Like it's so fun. Once you get in there and you have your character established and your backstory, it's like every day is a whole new adventure, and it just takes gaming to a different aspect. And it's a different experience. It's not just getting in and running around and doing stuff. It's getting in and you're kind of living the character more. It's
No,
lots of fun.
yeah, and obviously if you hurt yourself, you have to go to a hospital and all that. Are all the people
Yeah,
in like the hospital also on the server, and everyone that's working has to be on the
yeah. So
server as well? Is it that how it
yep,
works?
yeah. We hire people in the server. They apply to be EMS, police, taxis, mechanics, and then they RP those jobs as well.
Okay, so people
Yeah.
actually apply just to be in a hypothetical job in RP, just to do that
Yeah.
job sort of way.
yeah, it's really cool. So you can apply and you be EMS, and then you just RP as a EMS ambulance person. You
And
heal people up, and it's pretty cool.
okay. And do you have a job in the RP?
No, my character, my first character, his name's Jet Jiggins, and he's a dynamic duo pair with his brother Willie Jiggins. They're from a town called the Mitsubishi, um,
Mitsubishi. Is that
and they
is that
aren't
from
they aren't anything.
what's that from? Rick and
Oh,
Morty?
no,
Mitsubishi.
that's actually something I made up at work with my cousin. It's a skit we do on Instagram. It's Jed and Willie, and they're from the Mitsubishi, and it's just like a small town,
Oh,
just
okay.
two guys that love to go fishing, and they go on adventures. They do a lot of random stuff. So
Oh,
they aren't
wow.
quite EMS or anything. They just kind of right now actually they started their stuntman arc. They moved to the city and they're like, you guys, we're gonna put on a stunt show. So that's what we do when we get on. We practice our jump routines and our show, and then we'll do a show for people on RP. And we charge them, and it's a whole thing. It's really cool.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a
Yep.
very cool server then. And obviously it's only
Yeah,
just
it's
started
lots.
and it's being built on every day. Like,
Yep. That is Oasis RP. So we're hopefully, if it goes well, we can grow the server and we'll get more people involved.
yeah. How many people are on the server at the moment?
At the moment, at any given time, the max limit is 75 people, but I think we probably have 200 to 300 people in the Discord server.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's limited to 75 people online, probably due
online.
to
Yeah,
its servers or something. They don't want it crashing.
yeah, it's like just a limit because I think because they just went whitelisted,
Okay.
and just before that they opened it to 200 people, and it was cool for a few days, but then the dev said there's too many cheaters, hackers exploiting, so they had
Oh,
to drop
okay.
back down to 75.
Yeah, okay. That
But they
makes
said they
sense.
might open to like 125 soonish, so hopefully they do that, and then we'll get more like our peers in there, and it'll be a bigger community for sure.
What we're going to do next then, Cray, just to
Yeah.
help us wrap this up, I'm going to give you 30 whole seconds, because I know you have a lot more social media than other people. They usually get 15 seconds.
Oh, okay, I
You
get
get,
double. Whoa, thank you very
oh yeah,
much.
I'm being very generous, and I haven't got
Yeah.
Jack here to have a go at me for giving you 30 seconds. Um,
Okay, so
when
this is the one chance you can
this
get
is
away with it.
this is the one chance I can get away with it. We tried doing with this with Brando, and well, he just went for a whole 15 seconds, and
No
it was
way.
like my twitches, la di da di da. Speaking of Brando,
Okay.
he's actually online on Discord, but I'm gonna give you 30 seconds starting from now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Krayonix. I like to promote black milk across the world, black milk worldwide one of these days. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Krayonix, Krayonix. Please look up black milk because it's lit and it will give you superpowers if you believe it. Um, Other than that, I'll catch you guys on the internet. Thank you so much.
And time. Wow, you actually got all that in
Great.
before you
Yeah,
actually managed. That's insane.
before I ran out of time.
But you really explained it very well. I give you that.
Good. In and out, real clean, simple, effective.
Exactly. And you made it all the way to the 30-second mark.
Oh,
It's
I did.
incredible.
Perfect. That's crazy.
So, do you have any final notes to wrap this episode up with, Gray?
I want to say thank you, Callum, so much for having me on. This is actually my first podcast I've been on, so that's exciting. That's a first for me. And
That's so cool. I feel
um,
so honored to have you as a podcast guest.
yeah, it's great. And I hope your podcast as well is going to grow. I'm glad and happy to see you posting each week.
I
And
want to
it's,
thank you, Cray, for coming on. You've been
yeah,
amazing. You've been probably one of my favorite guests so far. All the other guests that actually came
awesome.
on are all going to be very annoyed at me for saying that.
No, love to everybody. Everyone else is great too. But
Exactly.
you're welcome, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming on, man. And that is all we have time for today in the JCK and YouNow podcast. I hope you all enjoy. I've been your host, Callum, and also, never mind, there is no Jack. It's just me, all alone. Maybe he'll be here next week. No one knows. Bye.